So we learn then that what Rick Flag Sr. has been up to, and this is where we get the whole explanation, and I think this is interesting, is he wanted to create salvation. So salvation is a thing from the comics. There's a couple of things from the comics in this episode that are significant, but also confusing. Again, salvation is mostly for me confusing because we just did this. We just did Super Jail. It's different. It's a very different kind of Super Jail, but I wish, we had a villain whose plan wasn't make Super Jail. This is a thing from the comics. It was created by Waller and Rick Flag. I assume Rick Flag Jr., but I don't remember. And it's part of a comic called Salvation Run. But basically, an organization that we will get to that is at that point led by Waller and one of the Rick Flags. It's like, we need to make a jail for the metahumans that is like a place where they can live, but like where we just don't have to deal with them because it's too much. And so they start sending them via boom tubes, which is a very specific mode of transportation used by the New Gods and Darkseid and those characters. And they just dump all the supervillains there. And I mean all the supervillains. I guess it's half Arkham City, because that is the idea. Is they're like, listen, Lex Luthor, you want to rule the world. Here's a world. It's a world that, it's going to be tough, but you want to show us what your perfect society is? Go crazy. And one of the things that happens immediately is like Joker and Lex Luthor both try to be in charge, and neither of them can work with the other one. But, all the supervillains are like, we got to survive. We got to get out of here. It's a very James Gunn kind of story, which it totally fits him because, again, it's all the villains. It's the Suicide Squad. It's Planet of Suicide Squad, basically. All of them working together. Some of them are like better people and like trying to do good, whereas others are like psychopaths. It reads very Suicide Squad-y. But what we learn in Salvation is that it is not an empty planet with nothing. It is, in fact, a planet created by Darkseid and the New Gods. I don't know if it's created by the New Gods or Darkseid specifically, like one of those groups used by Darkseid. And it has lots of monsters on it. Very, very dangerous, like weird alien monsters. No one can quite figure out what their deal is. No one's seen them before. But the characters that spend time there are able to catalog it. But it turns out this planet is kind of like a Predator kind of situation where parademons, and I would assume other, people from Apocalypse that are working for Darkseid are sent there to hone their skills, prove they're the best of the best, whatever it is. And that is how they graduate to being a full-on soldier in Darkseid's army, I guess. So that is not why the supervillains are here. Usually the parademons would just fight the monsters. But that is something that's a problem for the supervillains when the monsters show up.